training for the 3-2-1.
Yeah, but like we're literally in the banning phase. We kinda need to have a 3-2-1 like right now.
Okay.
Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to the Grass Touchers versus Lavender Light matchup. I'm Bamima, and I'm here joined by,
Debbie.
and we will be covering this. We're kind of having a bit of an abrupt start here, already entering the ban pick phase here, with Doctor, Journalist, and Priestess being banned from our Hunter, Sheriff, Bolt, and Gravekeeper and Prisoner being selected. Oh, what do you think about this?
You were saying earlier about how Sheriff might have a Percy and that you don't think he will pick it, but looking at his character bans right now, it's actually kind of screaming Percy. Doctor Jonas being the best rescuer Kaido against Percy. Doctor being just really strong in general and being a healer, first of all, something Percy does not want. And Lanternus too. This really does feel like a Percy to me. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking it could either be a Percy or something like a smiley face, honestly, with the journalist
Hmm.
being banned. But at the same time, we could have banned something like entomologist if you were planning that. But I don't remember who sheriff exactly plays. But this is round one, first half of Grass Touchers versus Lavender, with this being Grass Touchers Hunter, right?
Yes, yes,
Versus Lavender Survivors. Yes.
yes.
But I mean, if this is a smiley, it wouldn't be all too bad. I mean, if you look at the survivor comp here, they don't have puppeteer is really good into Percy because
Mhm.
whenever you get downed, you'll have that continuous puppet that you can use once again for rebounding. Mermaid just has really good synergy overall with puppet. Gravekeeper has multiple shovels to tank hits, and Prisoner is kind of you don't really have all too much into Percy. So I mean, picking Percy into this wouldn't be all too bad, but it can
Mm.
be a bit difficult to prevent the one outs. Don't you think?
Yes, I agree. I do think this team for a round one, especially, is slightly unconventional, given that there is a prison barmaid. So perhaps they're not expecting something meta, such as a Goatman, or maybe even Kiwi Sangria Ivy, something along those likes, given this team.
For
Um,
sure.
what could be kind of strong here right now could be a Queen Bee, though I haven't seen Queen Bee picked too often in this tournament.
He's flashing that Percy. Oh, go man!
It's
Hold
flashing
on.
all the metas.
He's
Yes, Percy.
actually playing Percy here in round one.
It does look like the survivors were semi-prepared for it because they did pick Barmaid. Puppeteer is very good into Percy in my opinion because he can undaunt very easily. Percy has a very slow swinging speed, very easy to react with.
And the same with the Stalkers too. They're not all too difficult to undaunt it either.
Yes, I
So,
agree. I'm a little concerned with Prisoner here since he has nothing but his stun and Percy being quite invulnerable to stuns. It's a little difficult of a matchup
yeah,
here.
for sure. But we might see him on something like full kite to be able to
Mm.
actually have some kiting chance here into a Percy. We're putting him in the top middle spawn here too. Maybe
Ooh.
allowing him to have I don't know how good that is for survivability against the Percy, but you know, we
I
will see.
personally do a strength that Percy does have, especially within rank, because obviously you cannot spawn after before knowing the hunter, correct? Is that he can start his chase nearly instantly in some areas. And spawning prisoner there does make me slightly worried because he can instantly dash towards prisoner. I thought they would maybe put prisoner towards a more safer spot. So maybe spawn one more rot to the right, maybe, so that he could aim for graveyard
I
or
was
use
expecting
window.
honestly put him like either in the graveyard or right next to graveyard, just like you're saying, with like
Yes.
the more of the just shoving him to the right, and then the Percy can't do anything about it because if they spawn on the left, then he's guaranteed to make it to graveyard, and he has no way of cutting him off. Just like
Yes.
you're saying, I think putting him up there is like he can only kite towards corner house really, and corner house isn't all too strong against the Percy either because he has those
Mm.
dashes to instantly get that line of sight as well.
Yeah. He could perhaps make it to fake 11, a very nice spot. Just any tight walls like that against Percy is
Yeah.
quite like any 11 kind of formation, like double pallets, anything like that. Very nice to loop around, and he can also use his speed boost very nicely there. His knee jerk.
Yeah, he does have full kite, so he can work with that. We are seeing Percy spawn in here. I mean, we are predicting a first chase on Prisoner. That would probably be the easiest thing. But no, we are going for the Puppeteer instantly here. Maybe we don't want him rotating to Graveyard. I mean, I for sure expected them to chase the prisoner, but maybe they didn't have a favorable spot to be able to instantly chase. After that, we are seeing an Undaunted to prevent an instant drop down hit and switching targets onto our barmaid here with the puppeteer already having taken basically 2 hits here, already using 2 Lewis's. Will barmaid take a hit from this stash? We don't quite have the energy here, so we are forced to pallet mind games that are just blindly charging through it, but now we have 50 energy, so we can just break the pallet with a swing into a charge attack. That is going to unfortunately be a hit on our barmaid. Do you think she'll use her drink?
20 seconds to roll Kai in the open. I'm not sure drinking is the wise option here. Flower not ready. Barmaid immediately going down. I think switching immediately from the Puppet to the Barmaid was a very smart decision from this Percy. Barmaid completely not prepared for that. And now Puppet being already quite injured and immediately starting his next chase. This is looking really strong for the Percy.
Yeah, for sure. We are actually seeing a detention trump card build from our Percy here as well with Peepers. I think that the barmaid instantly using her drink was a bit of a misplay, as kiting for 20 seconds, just as you said, in the opening as a Percy is very painful. But this puppeteer knows that, yeah, we do not want to be kiting in the open, so we are instantly rotating towards Graveyard, though unfortunately he will be going down as he's unable to use the tall walls in Graveyard to his advantage here, with the barmaid being picked up with Tide Turner. Percy has 2 almost 3 dashes to work with to actually get back to her here. She does not have a drink, she can't mix it when she's on Tide. So she's probably going to go down quite fast as she has no way of getting back up to full health.
I agree. She has no way of mixing unless she is able to hide from this Percy. However, Percy already having a hint as to where she is, dashing in her general direction. Percy is only able to see survivors for only 6 seconds after they heal. So this does give opportunity for the barmaid to hide, but the drink will take 15 seconds to mix because she is injured. She really needs to hide here. Perhaps Percy wasting too much trying to find the barmaid. I think he should have switched targets at this point.
Yeah, it does look like we tried to use her tonight this time in there to actually determine where the barmaid was, but unfortunately we do not find her. So that is going to be a pickup on the puppeteer with no clear chase for this Percy, with barmaid actually being able to heal up to full here, with our targets being swapped onto this Gravekeeper, unfortunately canceling his shovel there with a really good jump chop from him.
Very
We do
great
still
timing
have
from the
3
Percy.
dashes. Yes, exactly. That was amazing. Now we're using that 11 area that you spoke of earlier. See how Percy cannot use his jump chops here because of the tall walls. We will just be switching targets as Gravekeeper did go into shovel. It does look like we are headed in the general direction of our puppeteer. I'm not quite sure where the puppeteer is going, but yeah. Oh, we're actually going for prisoner.
I think they're trying to heal the barmaid right now, trying to get that shared chip right now. However, cannot be
Barmaid is
healed
already full health though.
Ooh, might be a miscommunication from the survivors. I think Puppet should not have rotated into the barmaid here. Now chasing the
Yeah.
prison. What I will say,
Beautiful palace up from our prisoner here.
I will say a disadvantage of using peepers for Percy is that you cannot tunnel or warp onto your next target after they heal.
Yeah, exactly. And you can't instantly come back to your original target either. Like if you get a really fast down, you can potentially instantly swap targets, or if you have a bit of a slower game, you can switch targets after you get your down and like tunnel them with your tray. But here they only have people to work with, so instantly, like you have a really high chance of losing whoever you're chasing. Do you see a tram hit here? No, that is no tram hit. That is very unfortunate for us. It would have been peak content. I mean, their ciphers are looking really healthy here. The barmaid, that's the only one that has what? Isn't it barmaid and who else has been on the ground?
Barmaid and Puppeteer.
Oh, right.
I
But
think
both
he
barmaid.
knows where Barmaid is. However, the ciphers are really healthy. This is the advantage of a prison in the team, and also not being able to tunnel your target.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they will get that barmaid back down on the ground here, but she does still have self-heal. No, we are actually just instantly switching targets onto the Gravekeeper, who does have a shovel to work with. Though, unfortunately, there's only one shovel, and everybody is injured, so they're going to go down quite fast here. I mean, that does not hit. That's very unfortunate for our Percy. Though this guy will not be able to go back into a shovel here because of how close the Percy is. And Prisoner is currently decoding Graveyard, which is on a 60%. Pretty healthy for them.
for this Percy for using his trait, despite them already starting another cipher. Very good
Yeah.
insight from the survivors to already start another one. Now he doesn't have trait for endgame, but Prisoner is full kind, cannot pop here. How will the survivors handle this?
Oh, they're actually starting another cipher while they're simultaneously pushing Island here. They will just have to pop it while the prisoner is alive. I mean, he's probably not going to stand on top of the prisoner to camp him, right? Or
No.
are we doing that?
I
Okay,
think
we
he's
are doing that.
checking. He could be doing that, maybe trying to force an awkward pop. However,
Yeah, they will just pop it
survivors.
here, and prisoner will be able to self-heal before he bleeds out. So he
Mm.
is forced to leave and retry, yeah, onto the people that are going to be opening a gate, right?
No one is dead onto the hit though. This is when you want to play Percy, you want to tunnel more. This is a very risky playstyle from Sheriff Balls. There's a disadvantage from oh my god, he just got hit by the tram.
We're shaking our camera here a bit because we are very displeased at the situation. Puppeteer does still have Tide Turner as well. I don't really think he'll be able to be put to good use, but you know, we are just teleporting over to the gate here. Puppeteer can tank one detention hit with his Lewis here.
I will say the survivors, none of them being dead on the hit is quite disadvantageous because they could just open the gate in front of this Percy and crawl their way out if they force it. If they're brute forcing it, I think that's exactly what they're doing. Ooh, Barmaid retreating. I think Puppeteer went down a little too fast here.
Yeah.
Barmaid, she had perfume and a flywheel to work with though.
Yes. We do have the tram coming in here, but there's only one pallet here. With the Prissy having the tension, that is unfortunately going to be a stun here, though she does make the vault. Sheriff kind of missing his pallet here, but he didn't have enough energy to break it anyway. Puppeteer has unfortunately been sent back to the manor. Ooh, we're seeing a bit of a flywheel bait here. Detention is out in 30
The
seconds.
dungeon is right next to this Barmaid. Could she make it? Could the prisoner run out the gate in time? Could Percy switch it in time? Just short from few seconds.
Oh!
No!
Oh no, that's horrible. The prisoner actually flywheeled out of the gate to make it faster as well. That was a matter of a mere millisecond, I think. We actually got the dungeon location switch notification as well from our
Yes.
Percy. Very, very unfortunate that they could not make that switch in time. That would have been a time.
Every single second counts in this game, and this was a prime example of that happening. Had
Yeah.
prisoner just left the gate just a little bit later, I don't think Barmaid would have gone out the dungeon.
Yeah. I mean, that's just as you said, with them not being dead on hit. It's kind of a bit challenging for Percy, as you can just not instantly, but you can just force your way out as he cannot pick you up, right? And
Yes.
even his dungeon swapping skill takes like 4 seconds to cast or something. So it's not completely doable. I mean, you can die on top of the dungeon, like get hit on top of the dungeon, and then your teammates can leave just like that, and what are they gonna do? It's kind of GG's for Percy. And you can also just crawl out the gate. Just as
You
you
could
said.
just force the gate in front of him. Like, this is the
Yeah.
sweet Percy. If he has no one actually dead on the bleed, you could just decode right in front of him. He can't do anything about it.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's really funny in rank when you have moments where it's just like, oh, you're a Percy, and it's my first time on the ground, so I'm just gonna crawl out in front of you.
No, yes, I've had that. Every time I've gone against Percy, a lot of my wins have just been from forcing the gate right in front of his face. He just can't do anything.
Exactly. I mean, it's all about how you manage that mid game as Percy. The end game, if you had a really weak early to mid game, is going to be very difficult to actually, recover from.
Yes, I'd have to agree.
Because,
Very
as
important.
you said- why am I being requested? I guess I'm playing Hunter now. Yes, guys, watch out.
I mean, Reku, you do have a great hunter pool, I think. Don't you play Geisha?
Yeah, but that's it. Really, it's just Geisha.
Oh, okay.
I wish I had more. I mean, I play Opera Singer on Green Ping, but I mean, it's
Yeah.
really just Geisha Wax Opera. I'm gonna lay that out there. I think my tournament
Hey, wax
Hunter
artist?
era has ended. Yeah, I play Wax, but
Oh.
I mean, okay. Hey, it's not because I want to, right? But like, imagine Geisha is the hunter that really suffers from harassers, right?
Yes.
And Wax Artist benefits from it. So when I get a team comp that I see and I'm like, oh, I'm never playing Geisha into this shit, no way. Then I
Mhm.
just whip out Wax Artist and it's like, okay, well, GG's. I also play on like the maps that aren't Wax friendly. Like, I'm never gonna play Wax Artist on Arms.
Yes.
But if it's like Chinatown, full harasser comp, I'm not playing Geisha. Not happening.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I play like for hunters. I like to play all the meta characters just because I like to like learn how to do better against them as a survivor. So if I learn how to play them as a hunter, I think I learn more from a survivor perspective.
That does make sense. Oh, we are actually entering the ban pick phase here with Rolly. Actually, I know he is a Feaster main. Also, he plays Mad Eyes too. It's Ever Sleeping Town. Wouldn't it be fun if he played Mad Eyes? I think it's Mad Eyes, Feaster, Hellember that I'm mostly seeing from the
Very
guys.
fun picks, actually.
That's for sure. I mean, he does have a very nice hunter pool. Really fun to watch, and we're instantly seeing that Antiquarian Lanternus ban. I mean, Antiquarian into a Feaster, you can just hit the tentacle with a flute. Yeah. You can, right?
Yes.
I'm an SH entity, how do I know her interactions? But you can hit the tentacles indeed with the flute. So if they want to be playing Feaster, getting rid of both Antiquarian and Lanternus delayed damage would make a lot of sense. We're seeing a Gravekeeper Meteorologist pick here. Gravekeeper being a really solid rescuer. I don't think he'd do all too bad into a Feaster. Meteorologist just a good pick, especially on Ever Sleeping Town. And we are seeing a Seer ban from Rolly. Once again, one of those characters used to force a rescue. Yeah?
Yeah, this does make me think it might be a Feaster given comboed with the anti-and Lanternus. See, Lanternus can delay the tentacle damage. Yeah. Anyone else fly where you could just completely cancel that instance of damage. And a cowboy.
Well, this is looking like a camp hunter at least. Probably going to be a Hellember or a Feaster, though most likely I'm leaning towards a Feaster here. We're seeing that Aeroplanist prisoner pick once again, a prisoner pick in round 1. Probably not really expecting any meta, as prisoners kind of get shit on by like any strong chase.
Most of them, yes.
Most hunters in the game, period. You don't really want to be playing him in round 1 of a tournament if you know that the hunter is like the best IV or Goatman or Opera on IVU.
I agree, but perhaps they are picking prisoner to bait a specific chase, so that maybe Feaster, because I know from rank experience that Feasters do love to chase rescuers a lot. They love to chase rescuers and they love to deny that safe rescue from other people and or any kind of carrier, really.
For sure. I mean, when you play Camp Hunters, I do the same when I'm playing Wax Artist. I play him as a Camp Hunter. You want to get rid of the rescuer to just not let them get a safe rescue. Especially if that rescuer is a presence feeder, just like Gravekeeper. I think Gravekeeper is like one of the most chaseable rescuers. Unless you're playing like a shitty ass hunter, because not only do they feed presence, but you also just need to hit them a couple times.
I would agree with that as someone who plays Grave quite often myself. I find myself getting chased a lot, especially by Wu Chang, Night Watch, Sangria. I get a lot of the time. Probably the next to Knight and Journalist, in my opinion. Oh, a peddler. Very unexpected.
Considering picking a peddler here. Actually, I've never seen Rolly on peddler. Am I a fake friend for not having known this side of him? But
There's something he's trained specifically for this tournament. I would really like to see, people broaden their cast just for the tournament.
That would be really fun to see. I mean, Rolly on peddler, I'm sure that's going to go amazing. I mean, who do you think is going to chase here? Probably Prisoner, right?
I would have to say Prisoner because the other three just are very strong into Peddler. Meteorologist being one of her biggest counters, actually, so...
Yeah, right. Like, I just can't imagine Peddler not chasing Prisoner here, just as you were saying.
Peddler also weak to Super Rush, so you just want to get rid of that Dakota.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and in terms of builds, we're seeing a full kite on Prisoner, Flywheel Tide Turner on Aeroplanist, Borrow Time Tide Turner on Gravekeeper, and Borrow Time Flywheel on the Meteorologist here, with the Prisoner actually spawning so that they can rotate to Graveyard. This is a spot that I was previously talking about when we had that Percy.
Yes.
I mean, Graveyard, yeah?
I quite like this spawn into Peddler. It's a very rotational thing, and Peddler is quite weak to rotation, so I think this spawn is pretty optimal.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you do have broken windows as well on Prisoner that you can utilize for proper rotation. I think Ever Sleeping Town is one of my favorite maps for rotating. Yes. That in Chinatown, especially around those big buildings. It's so beautiful. Yeah.
I really hate Chinatown as a survivor.
Chinatown? I hate it as Hunter. And I play Wax. Yes, I hate it.
Geisha.
I know, but I just don't like her on Chinatown. I'm very peculiar when it comes to that though. I
Mm.
don't mind maps like Arms Factory and then I dislike
Yeah,
Chinatown.
that is kind of strange. I really like Arms as a survivor, and then I really hate Chinatown as a survivor.
Yeah,
So
no, but I don't know. I hate Arms as a survivor. I like it as a hunter. And who likes Arms Factory as a hunter? Oh my god.
you know,
We are
every single hunt I've asked just hates Arms Factory. Like that's number one.
Oh no, my least favorite hunter map has to be Hospital for sure. And then second
I mean,
least favorite would be like Chinatown or Lakeside. But I mean, I'm
oh,
peculiar. In terms of where this peddler spawned, it is right next to the prisoners, and we're probably going to be seeing chase on them. Ideally, against a peddler, you want to force them to use your vine to catch up, right? And then you want to get away and force out more vines. At least that's how I think about it when I'm trying to kite peddler. They just want to continuously have that distance. Though,
yes.
my kiting explanation skills definitely do need some work here. I hope everybody understood what I meant. We can see Broly is already getting that vine and using it to get to the graveyard here, which is where Solitzo is rotating.
So Lizzo, already connecting ciphers, perhaps trying to, initiate his shock early. Instead of opting for rotation, he does waste some distance just connecting that cipher. A little bit of an awkward spot. Pella already opening a wall. Might look like this hit might come into play. Nice shot coming in. Clutching the first hit. Able to loop around these walls a little more. Misses the chip. Unfortunate from Rolly. What do you think this prisoner should do next?
I was expecting the prisoner to just take the broken windows out of graveyard and then try to
Yeah.
rotate the peddler a bit more after she had committed into going to graveyard, but I mean, you don't really want to be this close to a peddler, at least not early game, because you are bound to get hit sooner or later, especially because she does have those passages that prevent you from camping palace, etc. And they've already used their shock, though that is a chip miss. They will be allowed to survive for a bit longer. Had the peddler not missed that, though, that would have just been the down on the prisoner.
I agree. Oh, blink for the down, very standard. Prison still has flower to work with. Unfortunate that they couldn't use more of their knee-jerk reflex for the window loop at graveyard. Very strong into peddler, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now we will be seeing a rescue approach from the Gravekeeper, very standard. However, another strength of Peddler is her camp, so we need to see if this Gravekeeper can do a nice, safe rescue, being one of the strongest rescuers in the game. I'm sure he'll do it.
Yeah, I don't think the peddler notices that the Gravekeeper is sneaking in from around there, so he actually makes it to the chair, which is really good for him. Actually, we just opened a damage list here. That was a bit risky, though. Of course, they did end up getting it, and that is a shock on the prisoner, and that allows them to actually rotate out of graveyard. I mean, they dropped most of the pallets, so maybe their survivability there wasn't the best. Though at the same time, they could have maybe tried to take the Tide Turner and die away instead of attempting to rebound, because now they're kind of going towards the Aeroplanist.
Oh
I
no,
think
Peddler has
one
messed up her little wall.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Oh my god, RIP to Peddler. But that is going to be the down on Prisoner here, with the Aeroplaners positioning themselves to going in for the second rescue. We'll just be cheering where we are. Gravekeeper has started Graveyard Cypher there. The one outside of Graveyard. Will we be seeing the Peddler attempt to lock it off? Or are we just watching them camp here? I think they will be going for that Cypher lock and then going back to camp. But that is maybe allowing them to get a free rescue, though we are not moving in from this Aeroplanist, which I guess we are stalling. But at the same time, with the peddler actually committing to that Cypher, I think they would have been able to get it for free.
Yes, although I will say they should prioritize stalling if they want a 4-man endgame. Oh, very scary. Needs to not farm here. Trying to body block here. Oh. Tried to flywheel to body block, but the hitbox just barely missing and just skipping through and hitting Prisoner. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, that is going to be the down on the Prisoner. Very unfortunate for this survivor team. And they did have full kite anyway, so you're right that they definitely should have just tried to stall here. Because even if they do go for a delayed, yeah.
The ciphers are very healthy. I just wanted to say, like, their cipher rush was very fast. Peddler unable to have trait for a while. We'll have it for endgame, but unable to pressure this last cipher here.
Oh, unfortunately, we do teleport to the cipher here, so we will not actually have trait for endgame. Though, I mean, they are starting a new cipher, probably not wanting to try to force a cipher against a peddler. It's very, very difficult to do. a bit of a missed vine here, but she can just permalock it if she's able to get a
Yes.
down while they do not have a prime cipher that is not locked off. That's going to be very beneficial for her. Though the cipher that the meteorologist is on is very quickly moving its way towards a prime, already being at 30% ever since she teleported.
This is such a difficult situation for the peddler. There's two survivors pressuring one, and she's kind of juggling back and forth between them. The most she can do right now, I think, is to stall for her trait, or maybe try to get it down from the aeroplaners. If she could realize this aeroplaners has no borrowed time, then that could be perhaps the winning factor for her here.
Yeah, I mean, the aeroplanist has both used Tide and a flywheel, but we will just be popping that, I think, in her face. Very, very unfortunate. Gravekeeper going back into that shovel. That is their last remaining shovel, I think. We'll just be going for a hit on that with the aeroplanist being able to sneak out of graveyard here. This is looking like a tie, though. With the peddler not having a trait to work with either, the dungeon is unfortunately... Let me see.
It's that fake game.
Yeah, it's a fake, yeah. That's what I meant to, that's what I was pretty sure I recalled. So this graveyard getting, no, this gravekeeper getting from graveyard to fake it is not really something that I think we can expect them to accomplish. So that is looking like a tie. I mean, that is going to be the round win for, this, what, Lavender? It's going to be the round win for, Lavender, right? Yes.
Oh. I think the peddler was really trying to debate whether she wanted to TP to the gate or not, but had she TP'd a little bit earlier, maybe she could have cut off aeroplaners as he wasn't fully on the gate yet. But
yeah.
I mean, a tie is a good situation here. It does put Lavender in the lead. So what we're looking for now is maybe for Grass Touches to play a little more risky, you know, trying to aim for more wins.
Yeah, they definitely need to lock in. I mean, I think them playing Percy was a bit risky round one. But, I mean, they did play well. It was just a bit unfortunate that they didn't get that tie. I mean, if they'd gotten that tie, that would have just been a round tie. It was just a matter of time on that dungeon, honestly. So I think the teams are very, very close in their performance. So I wonder how the next round is going to go. Are there going to be any substitutions from the teams here? Are you seeing that? Let me check.
I could expect, after knowing some of these teams, I might be expecting a switch here because I do know they have another hunter for the team of Grass Touches. So perhaps they'll, you know, switch that person in. Let me see if they are. Yes, there's substitutions, not from Grass Touches, from Lavender's side actually, and Grass Touches. They're both subbing.
Oh, I think that message was deleted. I'm not sure if they meant it seriously or not. But we are seeing substitutes, at least right now, from Grass Touchers. And I think Lavender is going to update us shortly too with who they are substituting.
Great containment from the prisoner there, yes. I think both games played pretty well. Good containments from both sides. Honestly, survivors from both teams looking really strong here.
Definitely. I'm curious if we're going to see any different hunters play, because that would definitely be interesting. But yeah, no, as you said, the survivors were doing amazing. I think that prisoner's first kite was great. I do wish they'd utilized their knee-jerk reflex a bit more at the start, though overall a solid first kite, forcing out that trait. We're switching Solitz to Mori and Sapsi to Sheriff, with a switch of Maple to Hunter. Okay. I know all of these people.
A lot of subs. Oh, do you actually?
No, I don't. I
do.
I know no idea who these people are. Please.
I know every single person there.
But you're with them. Okay, who does Mabel play as Grass Toucher's new hunter?
Mabel's, I think, is a Nightwatch player. They play Nightwatch, and I have heard of them practicing an opera singer recently.
Oh, opera singer would be very fun to see. I mean, I am an opera singer glazer. I play her whenever she's available. You know, I do love that thing opera. Would be very fun to see an opera here in tournament, though she might be banned. She is a very strong meta character. But if you have to pick for Nightwatch, you have to pick for opera. And, you know, Nightwatch is kind of a worse opera singer. But, I mean, if you're really good at Nightwatch, he can definitely be played better than a mediocre opera. So I'm curious if they're going to opt for banning opera, even though they know that they're kind of new to her. I'm not sure if that's what at least what you made it sound like,
Yes, they are
or
quite. I believe.
they might opt to ban opera because she's a strong meta character instead of Night Watch, which is going to allow your friend who is a one trick Night Watch, or at least a very experienced Night Watch player, to shine. Or they're gonna ban the Night Watch because, oh no, I'm scared of the scary professional Night Watch player here. We can't get tickled by a Night Watch. We have to ban it, and then there will be absolutely destroyed by an opera. I'm really curious what they're going to pick here in terms of their hunter bans. We're also seeing Ile swapped out for Filth Merchant on Survivor on the side of Lavender here, with Lavender banning one map, and that being Arms Factory, and Grass Touchers opting to play on Red Church. We might actually be seeing that opera pick, that opera on Red Church, really, really fun to see. Might actually be forcing an opera ban here, would be smart as well. So, they can shine on that Night Watch, as you previously mentioned.
I was honestly expecting a Chinatown pick from the side of Grass Touches since it's an advantage for both Night Watch and Opera Singer. Good both of them. Though I will say Red Church, very strong for Opera Singer. Actually, one of her best maps.
Yeah.
She's able to immediately start a chase depending on the spawn. They don't block off the left middle side from a spawn. Then Opera Singer is able to immediately start her chase into middle from there.
Yeah, that's the standard where you see them spawn left middle and then instantly chasing church. And then being forced to just palace spam graveyard and pray that they stay alive for long enough to force out a blink. I mean, I guess it's a bit of an expected chase, but it's still always fun to see how the survivors play it. We are seeing now that Lavender is starting with their hunter, who I think is going to be Rolly once again. And for survivors, they have the same ones except for 2 subs, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes. I'm very excited. What do you think Rolly will be picking here, since they do have their other off-meta characters such as Feaster and Mad Eyes available? But Mad Eyes in Church is, I will say he's very strong in specifically the middle part of the map, but he's very difficult to work with if survivors are not able to be trapped in the middle.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, if you know it's a Mad Eyes, you can either just spawn somebody who has the ability to get over his walls in middle, or just not spawn anyone in middle at all, as strange as that sounds.
Yeah, so they still need flower spawn, perhaps.
Huh?
A little flower spawn. It's like one to the up, one to the right.
Yeah. I've seen that before. I think that would be a pretty standard spawn into Mad Eyes on Church. Because I think that's the easiest spawn trap, and overall his Cypher pressure isn't, his Cypher, defense, whatever you want to call it, it's not all too strong on at least the left side of the map. So I think Mad Eyes into Red Church when the survivors know it's a Mad Eyes is definitely going to be a bit of a challenge, so I'm not sure if Rolly wishes to opt for that. But he still has Feaster and Hellenberg available.
Yes, what are you thinking of Feaster and Hellenberg into this map? I do think Red Church is a map that slightly favors the survivors, especially within tournaments, because you're able to, kind of pick your builds beforehand, and I think Nijak is particularly strong on this map, especially within the middle and shack area. Why?
I got a request from their hunter to swap. I mean, they really want to me shine, so.
Oh yeah, so you bring out your wax artist on this map.
My wax artist on Red Church? Here we all want to see that.
Yes.
Who would not want to see that? What can I say?
I will say Feaster, in my opinion, is a hunter that is kind of weaker on the chase, so it might be a struggle for him in Red Church. He's very slow.
Yeah.
Is able to probably get a lot of rotational value within this map, and Feaster's very weak to rotation, so. But so is Hellenberg. Like, I'm really curious as to what Rolly might play here.
Yeah, me too. And it does look like we are entering the ban pick phase. I mean, I know that Sheriff knows Rolly quite well, so we're probably either going to see a Hellenberg or a Feaster ban here on Rolly, which is a bit unfortunate that he will not be allowed to play one of his best mains, though he will now be able to pick 2 survivors to completely prevent them from playing, though we are not banning anything yet. Okay, we're seeing that market ban. Probably a camp hunter then, don't you agree?
Yes, I mean they did expand one of their stronger characters in the earlier rounds. It was, I believe, a gravekeeper, a very strong
Yeah.
rest. So perhaps, and a cowboy binding once again. I think he's really opting for this camp play now.
I mean, I know that Sheriff is an Espadon first officer, so with first officer now being available, they might just pick him plus a bit of a stronger kiter here. And we are seeing that feature band. Maybe we're going to see like a acrobat or doctor, obviously. Doctor
Doctor,
Wildling thing
Doctor
actually.
Wildling. Oh wow!
I
Let
did.
me a single second
I
to
mean,
understand
that's
this
full
game.
Mad Eyes
This was a prime
countering. Okay,
example of
dare I say,
that.
both
Yes.
Wildling and Doctor countering him completely. I mean, I don't think that Rolly is planning on picking Mad Eyes when he has banned Cowboy, though
Yes.
Doctor is
Well,
overall a really strong character.
I do
Oh,
know that some Mad Eyes struggles against Cowboy. He's probably the best harasser against Mad Eyes.
but at the same time, you can just put walls and try to prevent them from being able to.
Yes, you could just always, if you opt for a more bleeding style, then Cowboy's rendered more useless. But for Mad Eyes who are unable to do that, Cowboy could be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, for sure. And we're seeing a puppeteer pick here from our survivors. I mean, both puppeteer and Wildling really good at doing rescues. Priestess on Red Church, kind of valuable portals through the church. So there's not all too many long portals. I mean, not long portals, but short portals that she can make more valuable for kiting other than the ones in middle. Though, I mean, long portals exist. Going to be quite a challenge for any hunter to deal with. I think Priestess is a really strong character, especially that Priestess Doctor. That healing is going to be insanely fast. You can just
Yes.
send the Doctor across the map to heal everybody up, except for that Papa, obviously, who is unable to take heals, which could be a bit of a challenge, though probably not. I'm curious who Rolly is going to pick into this. I mean, if I saw this team in one of my hunter games, I would be absolutely crying, screaming, throwing up. It's a very difficult comp to be playing into, especially if you have a standard one single hit hunter like a geisha, you know, who I play.
Rolly has, picked Peddler last time, surprising kind of everyone, so maybe he has been training for another character perhaps?
Maybe. Oh, we are picking the Hallamber, I think, which is a Rolly special. His Hallamber is really decent. I'm really sad that they banned Feaster, though. I would have loved to see him on Feaster. We're actually letting that pick time out and auto-select Hallamber, which, you know, that is the standard hunter that it selects for you when you have not readied up your character pick. A Hallamber into this, though, probably just going to chase that Priestess, building up that rage, don't you think?
Yes. Yes.
For that.
I'm thinking Priestess or maybe Doctor, or maybe just Puppet to reduce, because Puppet having, being a very tanky character, he can always kind of guarantee a rescue.
Yeah, that's true.
I do see.
Yeah.
Yes, I do see Helumber's ban Puppeteer quite a lot, just based off the fact that he can rescue very well.
Yeah. I mean, Hallamber is one of those really strong camp hunters where you'll want to prevent those characters that can guarantee rescues, such as like Seer, I guess Mercenary, Puppeteer, blah blah blah. Just characters that have a guaranteed rescue. Because Hallamber's chase is quite weak, though his map pressure and camp are very strong. Yeah.
What is concerning is perhaps a Doctor support. I'm not sure if people are familiar, but Doctor Abel, after her buff, is just so tanky, can support so well. She's basically acting as another wall for the survivor. She's very good at body blocking, and it's what I'm concerned about. That's why I suggested maybe she would, the hunter would maybe chase the Doctor first. I would also like to point out the synergy between Doctor and Wildling. Wildling being a quite strong harasser and also kind of tanky. If he's able to harass for the Doctor, then Doctor is able to, get her kills off. Very scary team comeback.
For sure, and it just builds. We're seeing that borrow time broken windows, borrow time broken windows on Priestess, flywheel tide turner on Wildling, borrow time tide turner on Puppet, and then full Kai on the Doctor. So I mean that's pretty standard on all of these characters. Double no BT, but it's both on a Wildling and a Doctor, so getting a good pop based on that shouldn't be all too difficult. The Priestess is spawning in middle. If my guesses are correct, it's probably going to be Priestess, though obviously it could also be Doctor, just as you said, just to prevent that annoying body blocking that she has going for her. we are seeing a bit of a Christmas moment here from our Hellenberg rocking that detention-only flower build with triple
Wow.
Sadist Impulsive, some anti-stun shenanigans, and Hunt.
I think this
This is
build
going
is
to be quite fun.
very risky given that Lavender, I'm pretty sure, is in the lead. And yes, you were correct. When chasing the Priestess, Priestess kind of running into a wall, maybe panicking here, but not placing any portals, being patient with it. You know, you don't want to give him his rage early.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, now he only has one to work with, I'm quite sure. Or to say I'm not too familiar with how Hellenberg works, but we are seeing, just as you said, that Priestess being patient, not putting any unnecessary portals. Here we have one portal through that long as wall, forcing the Hellenberg to go through, though he does almost have a Phantom thing to work with. I mean, two Phantom things to work with. He did have that one. There's going to be an additional one soon. We just break that portal and sandwich with our Phantom. Really good first hit here from our Hellenberg. Not
Yes.
breaking that portal, allowing it to stay up. We still have Blink to work with. The Cyphers, though, are looking at 60, 50, and 30. That Wildling Cypher is moving so slowly. Actually, he has gone off his Cypher and is opting to go for support here, positioning himself in middle, already being ready to do the support. We will just go for a Phantom and a hit on this Wildling, chasing him down.
What Hellenberg does have
From our Hellenberg here.
what Hellenberg does have in his strength is denying balloon harass if you're unable to do it, especially with Wildling. Because Wildlings get really close to the hunter, but you could just, as you just saw, place an ember down, and the ember will just pressure the survivor away, the harasser away. It's really hard to harass if you don't have range.
Yeah, for sure. We will just be putting down an Ember here, potentially getting a hit on that Welly. I don't know. They just sent the Ember away.
Could just
I'm
be
sure.
to occupy him in the basement. You know, just a little more cipher control. You know, Wildling not able to really do anything at the moment since he's occupied with the Ember.
That's true, though he has made it out of basement now and is on a Cypher with the Doctor being here. We do not have anything to work with. I'm not sure why Doctor is here, though. Maybe for emotional support. We are feeding that max presence to our Hellenberg, though the Doctor is already almost back at full health. She or the puppeteer are both rescue.
I think the Doctor was trying to do a heal, like a force heal, because especially with Priestess having increased healing, heals a lot faster than your typical survivor. I think she was trying to just heal the Priestess and you know, just pull off when the Hellenberg swings and heal again, that kind of thing. Just force a pickup, maybe.
It does look like we are selling this Priestess. In terms of ciphers, we have 70, 40, and one that is completely unopened, with Welling currently dismantling one of the puppets, not really going for any decoding. Oh, we unfortunately fail our red puppet trick thing here, but we do still get that hit on the Doctor, who once again can heal. She has two of her what is that called? The healing pill thing?
Well, you could just call
Yes,
it like, juice. I don't really know what to call it. I usually call it some sort of juice. Doctor does take the hit from the puppeteers. Unfortunately, unable to perhaps cancel the puppet's movement in time, just tapping it a little bit.
Yeah.
Hellenberg opting for a sandwich situation. The Doctor still has one pill, but Blink to work with. Gets a Blink down, but there is Wildling to harass. Will he be able to get this successfully?
I don't think so. I mean, as you said, it's very difficult to get successful harass off against a Hellenberg when you do not have any range. We will probably be trying to force a struggle here, though. I mean, Hellenberg did predict it. The Doctor is not carrying any form of struggle either on her build, so it might have been a bit difficult for that to work out properly. With the Puppeteer now going in for the rescue, Wildling, having used one of their boars, is forced to decode, trying to finish middle, then probably going in for that Puppeteer cipher. We are unable to see exactly where this puppet is at the moment, with them already being at the chair here. Maybe attempting to go for a drop-down hit, though we are kind of failing. That is going to be a hit on the Doctor, who is under the effects of Tide Turner here, with Puppeteer probably being able to go for that next rescue. Unless Wildling wants to go in, and Puppeteer can decode due to Wildling's slow decoding speed. This is going to be Doctor's second time on the chair, with the Puppeteer actually going for that middle cipher, which is currently on 40%. Ooh, that was really unfortunate for our Highlander. He does not get that hit on the board.
There is a concern about double no BT. If Wilding does opt for this rescue, and if Rolly's able to camp sufficiently as gets the harass, still farms, still this does buy time for the Cyphers to the concern is that this double no BT takes a hit as the ball ends. Very unfortunate circumstance, and Wilding unable to rescue, has no BT as I've just said. Doctor neither having BT too, so this rescue needs to be really safe.
Yeah, we just need to cut this puppeteer off, and then we should be pretty good for our end result here. Do we see him? We do see him at the corner of our eye. Please really do look at this puppeteer. They're currently being chased down by one of the puppets. Will we be able to get this, though? Will we be able to get this camp? We have no phantoms to work with.
Puppet needs to block this doctor. Successful body block. They can pop now. Very good pop from the survivors. Doctor able to have all the pills, could possibly heal just and take the hit from the Ember, or use the heal for the touch effect. Speed boost. Dungeon right next to the doctor, actually. She needs to realize the puppet's about to TP on her. Good dodge from Pixel here. Opt to switch to the gate. Two people on the gate here, no splitting. You have to remember that this Hellenberg does not have trump card, just stuck on a flower bell, stuck on blink. Perhaps what they could do now is blink one person down, then maybe chase the other.
That does look like what we are opting to do. Or will we just be cheering this wildling? I think we're just cheering the wildling and allowing them to get that tie. Because that gate is going to be open.
Yeah,
dropping, and that I think is going to be the. That's going to be the tie. I think they could have played this a bit more aggressively, though. I mean, a tie is still good. Good job from Rolly here. Good job from that puppeteer actually getting that body block off.
Yes, the body block was really good there. Really important that they didn't farm the doctor, because Doctor had no BT, as I said. Was a little scary when Wildling mistimed his ball and got hit as it ended. Very unfortunate timing. Though that is, I believe, if the Hellenberg had a trump card build or some sort of other trait or build, maybe they could have pressured two gates at once.
Yeah, I think teleport Hellenberg endgame situations can be very, very annoying to deal with as a survivor. Especially a larger mouse. So this was Red Church. It would have still been nice to see a teleport situation. Though that flower build with triple Zetas did benefit our Hellenberg quite a lot, I think, with those camps. I mean, that priestess was getting sold, but she was still getting eliminated very, very quickly. So they do benefit from their build, but at the same time, having that trump card versatility is really good as a hunter.
Yes, I have to agree. I do think the Snowflake build did assist the Hellenberg in that first chase. Priestess doing an alright kite, but Hellenberg, his strength not being in the chase but being in the camp. I think that's why the game got tied. He did get Cypher Rush pretty quickly, though. I do think that's a plus from the survivors. Given that there was a lot of harassing, also Wilding being a slow decoder, I think the Cypher progress and management was very sufficient.
For sure. I think the survivors played that really well in terms of how they were doing the ciphers. I mean, still managing to Cypher Rush with a wildling on the team is very impressive in my opinion.
Yes, and also Doctor did go for supports as well, or try to do the force heal tactic.
Yeah.
So the ciphers being that high for all that support is very impressive.
For sure.
What are you expecting next now? I do know Merchant is an S-Badge lawyer, so maybe we could see a funny lawyer pick here.
I mean, Merchant is not only an S-Badge lawyer, he's a lawyer one trick to everybody's horrible discomfort. So if they do pick lawyer, I would not be surprised, honestly speaking. I mean, lawyer in tournaments is a bit of an interesting decision, though. I mean, it is Merchant, so what do you expect? I would be more surprised if they don't pick lawyer, honestly, because I can't imagine Merchant playing anybody that is not lawyer.
I
But yeah,
mean,
no, we will see what he does decide to choose here. I've also seen a lot of these people in rank, I think, in my own Hunter games, because I am around tier 7 there. I've seen Swellen on Prisoner, and also on Mercenaries. I'm curious which survivors they will be picking here. Additionally, we were talking about we're actually banning lawyer. Here. That is
lawyer.
that is a big cruel. That is very, very cruel. Lawyer ban in round 2. I mean, that's definitely directed at Merchant. If we're looking at Mabel, as you were saying, is probably Night Watch Opera. Oh, we are banning Ivy. Maybe we are not aware. But I'm curious what they're going to be playing here.
Mabel, I do think banning lawyer might not have been the best decision because I do think this tournament has made some of the players, branch out more in their roster. I know me personally, I do have a one trick on my team personally, and this tournament has encouraged them to, expand their pool a little. We also did see Rolly pick a Pella, which is something you weren't expecting. So I do think this tournament did encourage some, expansions. So
For sure.
maybe Merchant has something else up their sleeve.
I mean, I'm assuming he does. I mean, Lawyer is a very simple character to play, but it does teach you some valuable rock kiting skills. So if you're good at kiting with Lawyer, then you should be good at kiting with basically anyone else. So we might be seeing him on something like maybe a magician. I don't know how his archer is, but I'm curious how it's going to go. Like, who is he going to be playing? From our hacker is saying, yeah.
Oh, Prisoner's already choose. Oh, a Mindside. Mindside is kind of similar to, Lawyer in that regard. They're both very pure raw kiters. The Lawyer does have the speed boost and also the, the vaulting boost. Actually, opting for Embalmer instead, another raw kite, I really do think they'll put Merchant on this Embalmer now because two raw kite is very similar.
Yeah, he is being put on Embalmer here. I wasn't sure if they were going to pick a rock hiker for last. That's why I was saying potentially magician as well. But I could never imagine him on archer or mercenary. I do think Embalmer is definitely a bit more up his alley. Based on these lawyer, priestess, matador, mechanic bands, looking like a pretty standard.
I think this could be. I do think it could be Night Watch. Matador is very strong into Night Watch. Mechanic is very strong into Night Watch purely because of the Cypher Rush, and Night Watch's weak department is his lack of map control. Same maybe for Lawyer because Lawyer is very speedy, has that vaulting boost. I'm not sure if many people know this, but Night Watch, if he does, jump over the vault as you're next to him, you could just vault back if you have enough vaulting buffs. And Lawyer has a vaulting buff, so maybe that could have been like a niche little, band there.
Wait, so forward in theory could just vault instantly.
Yes.
Back into the Night Watch. Oh, that's horrible. I've never seen that happen. But
with forward he does need some sort of additional buff, but I have done it with Matador multiple times.
Oh no, that's horrible. It does look like we're seeing an Axe Boy pick here though from Mabel. Which, that was unexpected based on what you were previously talking about.
Yeah, very unexpected.
I do think Archer into Axeboy can be a bit challenging for Axeboy.
Yes.
Because he is a fast hunter, and Archer does counter most of the fast hunters.
And Magician too. Magician able to tank all the flame hits with his decoy. And also being very fast in general. Like, this is kind of a rough team for Axeboy. Maybe he will opt to chase Embalmer and perhaps rely everything onto their first down being fast, because though Embalmer is very safe to get a tie, if you do kill him really fast, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, if you kill him fast and you have good enough mobility to instantly get back to the coffin if he does choose to embalm, like Axeboy does have with his whatever those speed highways things are called.
Yes.
Especially on a smaller map like Red Church. He could definitely win if he does get a fast down on that Embalmer. In my experience, I always chase Embalmer first, and it's not all too difficult to win as Geisha because you can just dash over to the coffin.
Yes.
So not a lot of people play Embalmer anymore. Not at least from what I see. Getting that early is what matters. Yeah.
Yes, Embalmer is not very popular in rank, given that he's just a tie, and people like to aim for wins rather than ties as Embalmer. But they are spawning in a way where Embalmer is protected within the middle. So he is gonna get this coffin off, but this does pressure the archer into, taking this kite. If our archer should try to perform a nice kite here, maybe can get some coffin support from our embalmer here. Could maybe, you know, embalm them across the entire map. Maybe force a trait swap from that axe boy. A lot of interesting dynamics here, especially since he's in middle. He can look at anyone basically very easily.
Oh, we are seeing a full kite on that embalmer, borrowed time, tide turner on magician, flywheel, borrowed time on archer, and borrowed time tide turner on mercenary. They are going for a double tide strat here. Probably not going to chase after that mercenary, but even if they do, that's still going to be a backup tide from the magician, who is a very solid rescuer into Axeboy, as he can just tank the flames with his wand. Both magician and mercenary should not struggle all too much into rescuing as an Axeboy, so both rescues here, if they do chase the archer, are going to be pretty smooth and with tide turner. So this Axeboy might struggle a bit. We are seeing a detention trump card peeper build here from Axeboy with one to order nostalgic, anti-stun, and street sweeper.
Street sweeper.
I don't think I've seen street sweeper played outside of duo
Street
hunters, and I never.
Our ping from the archer is really high. Street sweeper on axe boy especially is really it's it's unconventional. Street sweeper I've only ever seen utilized upon Ivy really.
We are getting hit by that flame though. Really good job from our axe boy. I mean, I do sometimes occasionally bring Street Sweeper into games where I have a lot of doctors and I know it's going to be a sweep game, but other than that, it really does not happen. But we have just got two beautiful snipes here from this axe by getting that down in 2 souls. Really good job. I mean, this archer does have 3 bows to work with, plus a crossbow and a flywheel, so the rebound isn't looking all too impossible, though the stun is really quick, with ciphers only being at 60, 20, 50, and 4, with that 120% cipher being, I'm not sure exactly where it is, though it has been abandoned. It does look like that's the one at the left gate in Wall South.
Yes.
Might have been the one from the rescue.
Mercenary is moving in. Yes, the Cypher layout right now is kind of unfortunate. If there's no wedding Cypher, that means there's 2 Cyphers in middle, and that does mean the rescue Cypher's gonna be really, really behind. Oh, misses the flame just barely.
Here from our mercenary, and yeah, that's not going to be able to double down, luckily for our survivors here. I do think that this archer has to be going for some sort of rebound kite here, even though they did get rescued on Tide Turner, but they were too focused on getting that hit on the Axeboy and did not notice the flame right behind them. It does look like they're having some latency issues though, with their ping actually hitting 200 here. Their team might be opting to go for a cell due to this ping issue, but I am not too sure. It's very unfortunate that they are dying with a flywheel and 3 bows, but you can't really do anything when you are pushing 300 mess anyway.
Yes, they are opting for the pause now. A little late, unfortunately. Very laggy from our Archer side. You know, that is a slight disadvantage that Archer kind of has into Axeboy, is when she is aiming, she can't look behind her to dodge the flame. You know, that's what we just saw happen. And also holding the bow does make you a little slower. It makes you move slower, so that could influence, flame dodging.
Yeah, I think Archer's kite into Axeboy can be a bit difficult, but her support is great, so definitely chasing that Archer, who does maybe not have a lot of experience playing against Axeboy, is definitely a good move from their part.
Yes,
but
I would
because of their bad ping. Yeah?
Yes, I would like to also add, Axeboy getting the hit with Flame on the Titan does make it so that he can hit with his basic attack, and that gives him full presence. Axeboy's full presence is pretty strong in my opinion. It makes you very slow, gives a little more control across the map, and also just really helps out his chase. So, kind of unfortunate it had to happen during Tide.
Yeah, very unfortunate. I mean, it was very difficult, I think, for this Archer because of their ping to not get hit multiple times. But as you said, them getting hit by that flame did allow that Axeboy to instantly get that full presence. So maybe they could have focused a bit more on dying, but dying to a basic attack rather than a flame hit, and then just taking that Tide Turner. But I'm not sure we are resuming here with the Expo being a bit disoriented at the start, I think. But they are still able to realize, oh wait, I'm at graveyard here. I want to be going for this chair. And that is going to be the chair for our archer here with the magician, who is your secondary titan. Moving in for this rescue might also be a sell. I hope their ping
Mm,
is a bit better now, but I am not sure.
I
They
do
have
think
flywheel
Magician
and
wants
ghost.
to. I do think this Archer wants to aim for rebound, given that they keep pinging their items, and she does have 3 whole bows and a crossbow and a flywheel to work with a lot of rebound
Yeah.
potential. Oh, nice farm!
Oh.
Farm from the hunter here. Really important he got that, but now both titans are wasted gone.
Yeah, Archer's ping is still absolutely horrible. I mean, they couldn't really do anything considering
Yeah.
they did get farmed. Really good job from our Axe Boy here. Um, right, we're just using our remaining util here. No flywheel though, with another cipher being at 60%, so they do still need to open one whole cipher machine. I do think if these survivors play this, okay, that might be a teleport onto the mercenary or just a walking over to a chase. I do think if their survivors play this properly, they could be getting a tie here, but it might be a bit challenging. I mean, their embalmer does have coffin still, and that cipher is left on 67% with trump card not being available as they did put down a peeper. We might just be opting to go for that teleport endgame. I do think that they should be opening a new cipher here, though that cipher being at middle is very, very annoying for our survivors here. Magician could have maybe gone over to start graveyard because of how hard this Axe Boy is camping it, but maybe they still want to feed Tinnitus without getting discovered so that the Axe Boy does not leave. I'm not quite sure what their game plan is, but we do see the trail here now on the Magician, so it does look like he is picking up the chase.
Oh, another
Oh.
5. This Axwood has very high accuracy, has hit almost every single one of their flames. I do think the Magician was trying to pressure the Cypher, maybe perhaps a little too much, since, you know, he did get caught and found and now is injured. Mercenary got healed though. Ooh, another flame snipe. This Axboy very accurate so far.
Very, very accurate indeed.
Mercenary is full health, can take the safe rescue once again, being, you know, a mercenary. Embalmer perhaps aiming to go to the last cipher. They are in a slight 3 cipher situation, but it shouldn't be a worry since it is X-Boy, very low map control.
Yeah,
What the
it should
concern?
be for the camp here. Yeah.
Yes, the concern should be the trait swap actually. X-Boy still having TP for the game. If Magician does not endgame kite, then X-Boy could possibly TP to the gate and get his lots.
Ooh, beautiful rescue from our mercenary here. I mean, they could just trade swap onto that last cipher, though. It does look like we're just opting to kill this magician before maybe the cipher is ready. Oh, that is a flame
Wow.
hit. Unfortunately, we will be needing to go for a second rescue here from our mercenary. Doing that rescue half health, that cipher is primed to 98%. It always pains me to see in live matches when the cipher isn't primed to 99, but 97, 98, 96,
Yes.
whatever it may be. But I do believe that the pop will probably still be fast enough.
Rolo lost.
We did not notice that they do go for this rescue here. Unfortunately, we do miss this flip. That's a paladin. A pop, maybe? Okay,
Yes,
that is a very late pop, but I mean, it does work out. The magician is quite far away already. We do still have trade swap available if this magician does go down without that gate being open. We can be seeing an instant teleport here onto that gate. I mean, graveyard chair is gone. So they could just try to die in like graveyard corner to prevent that teleport if they do opt to chair. But that is probably just going to be another tie here. Yeah, I mean, Mercenary is the one with the coffin, and Balmer has just left. Dungeon was here. Oh, that is so unfortunate for our magician. Had they lived a little longer, they would have actually been able to get out. I'm not quite sure what is going on at the moment.
I think Axboy couldn't find a chair and now panicked and then just dropped the magician. However, magician is crawling to the dungeon, has to chair here.
Ooh, Axboy speed boost is insane here with us actually getting the chair due to that. I think they just wanted to bait the magician into crawling closer to a chair so they could actually safely make that without them struggling. Well played from our Axboy here. But they did probably just panic because they had no chairs available.
Yes. I honestly think that Archer lagging was really unfortunate. And Archer is a very ping dependent character, in my opinion, since ping influences how you're going to aim, how you're going to shoot, how you're going to hit the hunter. And also, Fly will also being very ping dependent. It's just unfortunate she, of all people, is lagging.
Yeah, for sure, especially, because she was the first chase, so she didn't really get to utilize her character's full ability because of her ping issues, which is very, very sad to see. Though it does look like we will be entering a round 3, right? Because this was
Yeah,
a round tie, and because of
this
the
was.
points or whatever.
Yes. It does look like Lavender is in the lead by 2 points. So
Yeah.
it really just comes down to the result of this round now. If Grass Teachers is able to win, perhaps quite dominantly in this match, then it would be their round win, like kind of like a comeback. However, Lavender is still in the lead, so they do need to play some risky things, I think. Perhaps aim for more wins, more, risk needed.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they need to be able to get that lead back. If
Yes.
Lavender wins this game, that would be just them winning by rounds, right? Because they will have 2 out of 3 wins. And even if it's a tie, they will still be winning by points. So, I mean, if their hunter does get a 4K, that is going to be it guaranteed for them.
Yes.
So, I'm curious how they will be playing here. Their hunter, who was their hunter again? That was the person, that's Rolly, right?
Rolly, yes.
So if Rolly does perform strongly here, maybe getting that for elimination, their team will definitely be set here. Their survivors need to be playing this really well to prevent that from happening. But at the same time, it's round 3. The hunter pool has probably been exhausted with them knowing exactly what he plays as well. If they don't swap him out, he might be having a bit of a hard time playing this.
Yes. There's also 2 bans now in round 3, so not only is their previous hunters banned from globals, it's now two hunter bans from the survivors end. So this is why it's important to have especially when it comes to tournament, a wider pool, because you could just get target banned.
Yeah, target banning is very, very common in tournaments. It's a bit unfortunate, when your friend is a one-trick naiad and you're like, but like I have to ban their naiad. I don't want to lose to that. But at the same time, it's my friend, and I want them to play to the best of their ability. But you still opt to, make your team win by targeting them. It's a bit of a moral thing, I guess, but target banning is very commonly accepted, and I don't think it makes you a bad person for opting to sell out your friends' characters. And
Yes, I mean it is a competitive environment, so you would obviously want to play to win. So target banning, I don't think it makes you a bad person, because I mean that's just competitive nature.
Yeah, for sure.
We will also be seeing some substitutes from Grass Touches, and we will be having the hunter switched back into Sheriff Bolts. And we will have Solids take over Sheriff's position into Survivor.
Oh, I do think that Lavender might be doing some subs as well, though they are currently discussing it. We will not be seeing their definite answer yet. I am curious who Sheriff is going to be playing, though, now that their Percy is off the table.
I mean, we have some, unexpected picks, so maybe this is kind of like a test of roster, I mean, that's how tournaments is in general. Like, it really tests how big your pool is.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Mabel didn't play what I expected them to play. They played X-Boy instead of Nightwatch or Opera Singer, despite practicing both characters. So, a lot of surprises today.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I did just ask Sheriff who they were going to be playing. I mean, I don't want to be sharing it in case anybody is watching, but I will probably say it after they've selected their character. I don't want them to get their dreams shattered by a target ban.
So they do have Hunter in stores, what you're saying?
Yes. I mean, I didn't expect them to play their pick, but we will see. We will see. I mean, Lavender is still sorting out their subs here. I'm curious who's going to be playing. It does look like I'm not sure who's playing first. Has that already been selected? Or will we be doing the subs first
They
and then...
they need to you need to do the substitutes first before
Oh,
the
right.
other things taken
Ah,
into consideration. So we just need to see if substitute is final.
yeah. I mean, I'm
Oh, no.
sure they will discuss this amongst their teams shortly.
Mhm. I mean, what are we thinking for survivors now? Because I feel like Lavender being in the lead, I think they should just aim for a tie, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying earlier, they just need to they need to not lose. And I think aiming for a win is usually what turns into a loss the fastest, because you will be playing a bit more greedily. So I think just going for a tie would be a very overall safe decision, right?
Yes, I'm expecting selling, you know, I'm expecting really safe picks, something like a coordinator, maybe a psychologist, all those kind of things.
It does look like we are swapping Soup out for Ile. I don't know who they are on IDV, but that is going to be a survivor substitution, so I do think Rolly will still be playing Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And we are now doing the map ban and selection phase, with Leo's memory being banned from Grass Touchers here, and Lavender is going to choose a map shortly.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking Grass Touches goes for a hunter-sided or some very heavy-sided map, because they need to aim for like a high result, I think, this round. So something like a 3-man escape, or maybe for the hunter, so that the hunter can maybe like 3 kill easier or 4 kill, something like that. So some map with very heavy favor, in my opinion.
So like Chinatown / hospital type shit. We don't want something that's more balanced. Is what you're trying to...
Want something like Moon River Park, or maybe something like
Moonlit.
yes,
Horrible
Moon
map.
River Park. In my opinion, is such a hunter-sided map. I hate that map in rank. If I could ban map in rank, I would ban Moon River.
I'd ban Moon River in Chinatown. I mean, Chinatown for kiting is fine, but I just get too many smileys there. Smiley Percy on Chinatown, Breaking Wheel on Chinatown, no thank you. Please get that away from me. It does look like Lavender here is actually choosing a very survivor-sided map with Hospital. Sacred Heart Hospital being picked here, with Grass Touchers opting to pick for their hunter to play first. So I mean, that does make sense. They will be seeing based on how their hunter performs, how well their sheriff perform. Yes.
You did say Sheriff had an unexpected pick, and now they're picking Hospital and making the hunter go first. So there are very few hunters that are good into Hospital. So, and a lot of them are unconventional. So now I'm kind of excited.
I
This
mean,
could be a crazy pick here.
It was Lavender that picked Hospital here, not Grass Touchers. So I'm not sure how prepared he is for playing on Hospital. But like the character he told me, I don't think they would perform all too well on Sacred Heart. But I can ask him. He did tell me that I should probably be talking about his potential for playing Smiley Face, Lucino, etc. But like Smiley Face on Hospital, who goes for that? That would be absolutely insane, don't you think? There's way too many windows.
I've seen some Smiley Face one tricks in rank, and they play Smiley Face on any map. Like they'll do it on Hospital, they'll do it on Arms Factory. Well, all the Smiley have like decent win rates, so like if it works for them, I'm sure it'll work for Sheriff too.
I have first Smiley so much in rank. I mean, I've been having them a lot recently.
Awesome.
And I've gotten them on Sacred Heart, I've gotten them on Arms Factory, though they're definitely way more scary when you get them on like Moonlit or Chinatown. Absolutely hell on earth. I think Hospital is not all too bad for countering Smiley at all, especially when it's not one of the sweaty one trick Smileys. And I would never accuse Sheriff of being a one trick Smiley Face. I would never accuse anyone of being a one trick Smiley Face, as that is an absolutely horrible thing to call someone. No shade at anybody who does play Smiley Face. I think, I mean, I
also
I gotta be quiet. Yeah.
Also with wheel, it's like I've seen wheels on any map actually. I've seen them
Same.
actually kind of a lot on Sacred Heart Hospital. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I know. This, oh my god, first and second wheel, I think they're both wheel one tricks. I keep getting them on the weirdest maps that you'd never expect a wheel on. We are instantly seeing that Dr. Priestess ban. Maybe a Mad Eye, just kidding, I don't think Sheriff plays Mad Eye, so that would be very fun to see. We will be seeing that Lizard ban though. I mean, that is what Sheriff does play. Who is the second ban? I doubt they're gonna be banning Smiley Face. That would be
I
very, very...
mean,
Oh, we
ooh,
are banning Smiley? What? Oh, are they listening to me? Ban Lizard and Mad Eyes, okay? Lizard Nightmare, actually, again.
Lizard Nightmare.
That's interesting. I mean, sure. Maybe Sheriff will be playing Smiley Face then. Who knows?
I
We are...
mean,
Yeah.
look at Dr. Priestess bans. I feel like Smiley's not too far fetched to say here.
I mean, yeah, we might be seeing a Smiley counter comp at the same time. It's Sacred Heart Hospital Lanternus does. It's a bit of a 50-50 into
Oh wow.
Smiley, but we're instantly seeing that Lanternus Perfumer. I mean, both Lanternus and Perfumer are quite good into Smiley. They can get baited, but at the same time, it's not too difficult to play with them. It's not like we have a first officer ban though. That kind of makes me doubt that it is going to be a Smiley Face.
Yeah, I would have to agree. First officer is very hard countered by Smiley Face. Actually, I was talking about this with my yesterday's commentary. There was a Smiley Face chasing a first officer. It was a very unfortunate matchup. He literally couldn't do anything. And every time I play first officer in rank, I just get chased by Smileys. It's just very irritating.
Oh yeah, no, that sounds horrible. One of my friends is a very dedicated first officer player and also knight, and they just hate Smiley Face with their whole heart. I think whenever we played together on PCQ, we've always banned Smiley, and we're also seeing a journalist ban. Oh, it does look like we are pulling out that pause. I'm not quite sure why. I mean, my sources are telling me that this might be a QS, though I am not too sure about that. I don't know why. I don't know why we are pausing.
Oh, might be from the VC. Oh, there was a lucky guy pick because they couldn't pick in time. That's why the.
I mean, Lucky Guy is still a solid character. Okay, it should be fine. Oh, it does look like it was a technical issue. That they could not lock in their character in time. I am not sure. They are discussing it currently in the very secret matchup chats.
This has happened so much I've seen actually where they the people forget to pick or there's some technical issue regards with picking. I've seen so many lucky guys Helambos be picked accidentally. Or maybe it's just people not being used to comp mode, maybe. Or just some. I mean, no. One team is like suffering from some lag, so might be that again.
Yeah, it might be a connection issue. Oh. I wish we could see the... looks like we are resuming only to pause again. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I mean, it will probably be fine. They might have just wanted to screenshot the bans and picks just to make sure everything is the same for when they do reset it. I've had some issues in previous tournaments where they've selected characters that got banned later on, or banned characters that got selected.
I've never seen that.
You haven't, but I have. So it actually happened because our hunter that was playing for us decided to ban one of the characters that the opposing team picked, and they got us in quite a bit of trouble with that.
Wait, I've heard about this. Was this from Paperwinks?
Not from Paper Wings, don't worry. Oh,
okay.
It was from an EL tournament. I don't think Paper would do that. Maybe Paper would. Who knows? Paper is quite evil at times.
He's kind of unpredictable.
He is very unpredictable. Paper Wings shout out, by the way. He is the best. He plays Hunter for our team. He absolutely carried us yesterday. Ooh. Please do carry us again. Oh, great. Paper Wings.
Oh, your team is my team. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, can you kite for 2 seconds, please? I can 3 win. No. You don't get it. I must win this. Because
You
if
need
we win, yeah,
you
no,
want
good.
$10?
I want $10. Okay.
Is
I
$10
need.
serious? Holy.
It's
Is
$10.
$10 hey man, is it this serious? $10?
$10. Yeah. Isn't it $10 per member too? Right?
Is it? I don't know. I thought it was $10 total.
I mean, isn't it for winning the entire tournament though? There must be. I mean, I'm not sure.
I mean, this tournament was started as a for fun tournament, so that was originally not meant to be a prize. So I'm not sure.
I am not sure either, but as the captain of the team, I will just be taking that entire prize money. I don't care about my
Oh,
teammates.
okay.
They're working for free, so if it's $10 per person with 7 people, I'm getting $70. If it's $10 for the team, I get $10, and $10, $10. So
I'd probably give Paper Wings like 2 cents.
I can
I
give him
think
67 cents.
Yeah, it's what he deserves.
For sure.
Deserves anymore. But talking about the potential Qist you were saying, Qist with those, I think Doctor and Priestess is slightly reasonable. Maybe not so much Priestess, but Doctor definitely for a Qist. But he did later ban, I think, what was it, Journalist?
Yes, I do think he did ban Journalist at the end there. I think both the First Officer and Journalists might just be not wanting any solid rescuers there. So it might be a bit more of a camp-oriented hunter, but Journalist is also hard countering Smiley, but First Officer is hard countered by Smiley. So I'm not sure if they're banning that because they want to play Smiley face or just because that they don't want any rescuers in general.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about Qist because Journalist is not really amazing into Qist, and you typically don't want to play Qist as a camp hunter. But I will say I know Sheriff has a Qist because I've gone against him before. I've gone against him before.
Oh, you've really played against him. That's so fun.
Yeah, it was in a quick match. And I was playing Norton. It was a very interesting matchup.
Oh.
It was like around when Qist first got released. We are just gonna restart with the same picks and everything. Third pick can be different. Sheriff, I do believe, has to ban same. Yes, correct.
Yeah, so they will not be selecting Journalists for their 4th. I think that would be a bit rude considering that is one of their bans. We are picking an Enchantress. I mean, Perfumer, Enchantress, Lanterness, all really solid characters, especially into Smiley Face. All 3 of which do hard counter Smiley, especially Enchantress. So she is Enchantress into Smiley is just bye-bye for the Smiley Face. We're also seeing Mercenary figure. Yep.
I do believe this team is very good into Qist, perhaps not Escapologist, but Enchantress, Perfumer, Lantern is all very good Qist counters. Escapologist, they're very weak to Qist, so not sure. I don't know who the team was expecting. Maybe Smiley. I could kind of see it, with Perfumer maybe and Enchantress in this map, Escape in this map. I could see Smiley counter. I'm really not sure who to expect from Sheriff.
I'm not sure who to expect either. I mean, who will this guy play? I wish I was a bit more familiar with his hunter pool. I just know that he does not play female characters. Major red flag, by the way. You should only. I only play female characters and Wax Artist, so.
And Wax, okay, because Wax Artist is a girl. Oh, yes.
No. You see, he has a girl on his shoulder, so he's practically a girl. Okay.
Oh, he's very.
What?
He's very greasy. He's a very greasy, ugly one.
His sister is gorgeous. Stop hating. Stop hating.
It's half of a girl. It's it's only half of her body.
Well, I see that half and I get happy. And
okay.
I see the man and cry, but the half of a girl is enough for me. There's no half of a girl on Nightmare, no half of a girl on Lizard. They're just not good enough for me, Only man I will accept people playing. Oh, we are receiving that cue, by the way. Only man I will accept people playing is Wax Artist. Hot take from me of the day.
Hot take. That's disgusting.
Oh, are you beefing with your fellow commentator now?
I don't like Wax Artist. I'm a very avid Wax Artist hater.
I'm gonna play him the next time I see you in my rank games. I don't care what map it is. I don't care what comp it is. It will be happening. It will be happening. Yeah.
Wax is just, he's disgusting. He's greasy and he's dripping. He's literally dripping wax. How much worse could it get?
feel like his sister. Do it for his sister. Oh my god. You know, it's worth it. It's so worth it. Oh, it
So I
seems there
want
was
to
an
say,
issue with the lobby. I think I'm quite unsure. Yeah.
oh, we're just gonna redo the lobby. Just give me a moment. I need to inform someone.
Yeah, don't worry. Okay. Well,
Okay.
I
Anyways, sorry.
Oh.
What happened there?
I am not sure exactly what happened, but it's fine, guys. It's fine. We will, I think one of the admins or something was not invited properly or could not see the screen. I'm trying to track. I forgot which
Oh.
I was reading, so it kind of fell apart. But
Yeah.
I hope it's all right.
Okay. Apparently our streamer wasn't added to the lobby.
Our streamer, right? Well, that's a skill issue for our streamer. You know, we can just
Oh.
commentate
Oh,
with
oh, wow.
our streamer.
Oh wow.
Like, you don't need to see the visuals. You just need to hear us, and we're
Well,
skilled
yeah.
enough commentators for them to understand what's going on.
Yes, you can like picture it basically from our words.
Yeah, that's how great we are at speaking. So, I
Okay.
think it should be all right. I mean, I can see if I can invite you to the lobby, though. Right now, it's not even at a competitive mode thing, so I can't really invite anyone unless you want to be in the survivor or hunter role. Do you
think
have our absolutely favorite streamer added, Twin?
Are you in the lobby? I don't see
I
you.
am. My thing is crashing out. Hello?
Yeah,
I
you're
was
not.
in the wrong lobby. Hello? I'm teamed up. I'm teamed up with you guys in a separate lobby.
You're
What?
not here. I don't see you in the lobby.
Oh.
Oh my god. There's some
Oh.
technical difficulties.
Wait. I'm gonna leave the team that I'm in, and then you guys can invite me again. I think I have you added, something. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can.
If you don't have me added, you can ask Swollen to add me. I can very kindly ask them to invite me as spectator.
But there's so many of my friends online. Like you are like blinded into the crowd.
Don't worry, I got an invite from Violet. Violet loves me way more than you do.
Okay. Okay. Well, I didn't care anyways.
You said you didn't want to be friends with me because I play.
Didn't even
Lavander.
care. Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't associate with Fox players.
Oh, wait, you shouldn't be admitting to that.
I wouldn't. The wax is so smelly, stinky, greasy, waxy.
Wait, look at this. Look.
What
Look
are you
at that
gonna
bad.
do?
Look at that bad, guys. Look at
No
that
one wants to
bad.
see that. Just go hide
No,
that.
you want to see that.
No.
That
You can keep that. You can keep that covered. You can put that away into your little closet. Just put it away. Keep that there. Keep it in your dusty little closet. No one wants to see that badge.
I don't think that is how it works. I mean, we are not blocking anything. Okay, obviously. Thank God we don't need to go through a whole character ban and pick phase again for the third time. That would be horrible. So we are just doing that automatic selection. We know the lineup, we know the bans, we know the hunters, QS. Everything should be fine, right?
Yes. Who do you think QS would chase in this team? Because I feel like Perfumer. I think everyone here is pretty strong. Lantinus is so strong into QS Kai. It's actually ridiculous what she can do.
Yeah. Merchant is playing Efron. That's interesting. I mean, Merchant not playing Lawyer is always something.
Should have picked Titan or Lawyer if they want.
He could have gone Tide Broken Windows Lawyer. Believe in the power of friendship.
Well, yes, I remember picking 4 decoders for my team, and it worked.
Oh, that's great. We were considering picking 4 decoders for our team, but at the same time, we felt it'd be a bit disrespectful for the hunter because we had the outcome predetermined based on Paper's performance. So it was a guaranteed win for us anyway. And they were like, oh, but we don't want to throw because then it's going to look like we don't respect their time. But they were going a no final talents opera with Patroller. So I don't think they were playing seriously either. We should have just gone with our 4 decoders.
Well,
It's not possible thanks to the passive guys he's saying. Merchant will still be getting terror shocked. I don't know how.
Whoa. Well, Merchant now.
What do you mean though? Have you seen how risky the volts he takes are?
It's because he's a lawyer. One trick, leave him alone. He's so used to it. You can't get terror shocked as a lawyer. It's just something wired into his body.
So he'll get terror shocked now. I will definitely rate that Efron gameplay just as you should, 505. I mean, you're the best Efron on NAU. Glaze deserved. We are seeing a borrowed time flywheel, borrowed time tide turner, borrowed time turner, and borrowed time broken windows. Broken windows being whenever the best traits into QS. Flywheel
Yes.
being kind of destroyed by him, but it's Lanternist. Broken windows Lanternist is something you only really see in tournament, I think.
Yes.
If I see a broken windows Lanternist in my rank games, somebody is getting hit in the head. I'm gonna
I
be
mean, I
so.
know some top lanternists who bring DJ lanternist.
Oh really?
Yes, it's whatever they want, At least it works for them.
I
But
mean, maybe the soul of Just Better has taken over, and they decided
okay,
to let's be doing broken windows on absolutely everyone I play, even Antiquarian. Broken windows deluxe, bro. And I think that's why they do broken windows Entrance.
I mean, it is a trendy thing to bring broken windows on your harasser nowadays. I will think I'll be saying that I think this Qist, honestly, I think he's gonna chase Escapologist.
Probably. I mean, it is merchant, so a terror shot.
Hey, whoa!
I'm joking. I'm not partial, as a commentator. That would never happen. But I do think Escapologist is the person that has the least distance pulling abilities out of these characters, so it's definitely one of the best chases, especially as they are a very likely tide turner bringer here. We are seeing Sheriff just walk on over to hospital here, trying to figure out where our beautiful escapologist is located. Did I just call Merchant beautiful? We are locking off that middle cipher, actually headed on over to Cottage, which is where Toe 1 aka Perfumer is. Taking that ball on into that Cottage, just breaking that pallet with that inertia mode speed boost. She does make that vault, very, very barely, only having Tide Turner to work with here. I do think we do need to see some more love for Broken Windows Perfumer. That would have been really fun to see her, but at the same time, double Tide Turner is definitely a really good strategy. We're seeing some beautiful communication here from the team, telling their Lanternist to rotate out of God Kai, as that is where the Perfumer will be kiting next. We're seeing a bit of an early Perfume, though that is definitely smart. Trying not to be too risky when it comes to QS fast swing. Though I do think everybody here is on. Oh, beautiful hit here. I do think everyone here is on green ping, so going for more reaction based perfumes could definitely be an option, but playing it safe is also smart. Yeah, we do see that first presence into a down here. That's quite unfortunate for our Perfumer. Though we will see one cipher being finished. That is the Escapologist cipher. And he is going to be the one that's rescuing, as he does have Tide Turner as well. So that does make a lot of sense here, with that Lantern is giving him that 10% decoding speed boost to let him finish off that cipher. We will not be seeing a chair swap, and the Escapologist is moving in for that rescue on that cipher. That is completed.
Yes, it's kind of, I can see why Sheriff chased this Perfumer. Unfortunate first hit given, did allow for her presence to proc out. He hits the chair by accident. Are they aiming for a body block? He still has Blink to work with. Blinks past the body block, very nice play. He is now full presence. See, this is the disadvantage of Perfume to specifically Qs, is she just feeds too much presence,
Yeah, and we don't want to be feeding a QS presence. That just gives him way too much cipher pressure here. I mean, they do have 3 ciphers decoded, and Escapologist can go in for that next rescue, though I do think maybe sending Enchantress, who can harass after, is also a very valuable decision. We are moving that chair into this chair, and reducing Enchantress's cipher progress here, with Merchant positioning for that rescue, using his little dumbbell thing.
The plus side is that even if Perfumer does get sent back to the manor, is the remaining characters have rechargeable items, perhaps besides Escapologist, obviously. But Enchantress and Lanternist, they can't really get withered down. That's what Accused really likes to do.
Yeah. Oh, I think that was a bit too early of a committing to leaving the line there from our from our QS, allowing that Perfumer to actually get distance here, allowing Merchant to successfully body block, but we will be just going into Hospital here, using that pallet, waiting to see which line he is committing to, allowing him to break it on Inertia Mode Speed Boost. So that is Impulsive QS, so she will
Wow.
unfortunately be going down. You can see that impulsive difference. Their ciphers though are quite healthy. With that Enchantress moving in for support, she will not be able to make that in time. That's just going to send the Perfumer back to that manor. This cipher here is on 60%, and the one that Lantern Assist decoding is almost finished. They might just need to start a new one. I'm not sure how they will be playing this.
I will say the ciphers, there's two ciphers right next to each other. Unfortunate to be leaving that for your last one. And the other one's all the way at Godkai. This is kind of an unfortunate layout for the survivors. Merchant's still on the floor. Enchantress being chased. QS has a lot of momentum right now. Enchantress, cancels the
cancel
recovery and is basement. QS is very strong into basement. If you don't know, you can just place the cue ball near the elevation by the stairs and guarantee a double down nearly always.
Yeah. I mean, the only saving grace I think they have is the fact that it's a Lantern just going in for that basement rescue.
Yes,
so she
but
will be able to make it out guaranteed. Though we are just recommitting onto the escapologist here. We do still have Blink to work with. Might just force out our Blink here, though unfortunately not able to do that. That cipher is on 60%. Will we be going back to the basement? No, but we are locking it off here with a cue ball, I think.
yes, this is a lot of pressure right now. All the last ciphers are right here and next to the Chet Survivor, and Escapologist does not have anything to work with when it comes to Kai because he used everything for the rescue. Lance is caught off guard. Kind of Sheriff maybe stop this rescue?
This is definitely looking like a stuffed rescue, yeah, unless he does hit the chair here. No, that is just a terror shock. The Lanterness unfortunately did get hit way too far away from the rescue that they wanted to do. So this is looking like a 3 or 4 kill elimination with the Enchantress just pressuring that cipher. I mean, I guess if he decides to commit to the cipher and prevent them from decoding. Okay, we are just cheering. I mean, that is a potential dungeon escape. Enchantress cannot heal up though, and he does still have Blink to work with, so I'm not too sure if that's very viable, especially because the Enchantress is walking towards the Lanternist and not towards where the Dungeonist, which is at shit corner. They might just not be aware though.
This QS does have Blink to work with and still also has Q-Balls, but Enchantress has 2 stacks and a knee jerk, very optimal against QS. Getting cut off from the dungeon here, Sheriff unleashing the, and that will be the 4th
Can cancel the attack recovery lies down, yeah. That is the 4 kill elimination for Sheriff here. If their Hunter manages to get a 4 kill as well, this will be a win for Lavender. I do think that if they get a 1 kill though, that might actually just be the win for the other grass touchers, but I'm not too sure how to.
Well, it's based on round points rather than matchup points. Matchup points is for like tiebreakers mainly. It's to prevent overtime. So what the other survivors should do now is, if they get a 1k, then yes, it'll be 1 round win for grass touches, and they should probably, I think what they need to do right now is, I think if they're tied, it goes into overtime. I'd have to see.
I'm not sure. I wish I was more experienced with this.
We do have a referee. I mean, I'll just go check.
Okay, thank you.
I think if they tie, it's like everything is tied. All the points are tied. Rounds are tied. Everything's tied. Very close actually. I'm not particularly sure. But very close matchup. That was a very excellently played QS game. See, when I was talking way earlier about some hunters being good on Sacred Heart Hospital, QS was one of the hunters I was kind of indirectly referencing, because ciphers are very close by. This map is small and QS is very speedy as a hunter, so Sacred Heart Hospital is not too much of an issue for QS.
For sure. I think it is a good map for him. I mean that perfumer taking chase and unfortunately feeding max presence was very bad for their team because QS with max presence is very annoying to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe putting her on Tide Turner if they were expecting a QS was a bit of a risky move and they should have maybe opted for putting her on a bit more of a kiting build. But at the same time, like how would they know it was going to be a QS? So I'm not sure. That's at least what I would have done if I knew they would be playing something like a QS.
Yes, I agree. I mean, Perfumer was caught out in kind of a bad area. If you do not have Bijak, right, and you're at Shack kiting QS, then taking the window doesn't really do a lot except like delay your hit a little bit, right? Because contrary to popular belief, but QS really likes long windows. I know most hunters don't like those kind of long bolts like Shack or like Graveyard's window, but QS really likes them because he can kind of outrun the survivor. So even if you take that vault, he's just gonna catch up to you after vaulting. So
Yeah,
you're way far away from anything else.
you're right.
So very unfortunate that she just didn't have knee jerk.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, I think putting her when she was a potential chase on Tide Turner only doesn't give her really a lot to work with. Very difficult for her to actually get any distance. I have the same issue on Puppeteer whenever I get chased. It's just like, but how am I supposed to pull distance against hunters that are just immediately right on me? Just like, I don't know. I'm gonna give blind examples, but like Wuchang, Full Scolds, QS as a Tide only character that only tanks hits is like, yeah, but you'll just be feeding presence. How are you going to make it away when they're right on you from the start? You know? That might be a skill issue, though, but at the same time, yeah.
Puppet is kind of weak and without knee jerk if you're going to characters that are just so fast.
Yeah.
One of his main issues being a queen bee. Queen bee with just Tide Puppet is a nightmare. You're just done.
I know. Oh my god. I was playing against a queen bee as Tide Papa and I got completely destroyed and then my random started yo-yoing me and I was like, it's not my fault, bro. It's a shitty matchup. What am I gonna do? So Tide only puppeteer spawning in Shack on Lakeside when the queen bee is right beneath me. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, at least I kited for 70% of ciphers. That should be enough for you guys. Take it or leave it.
Do we have our referee here because the team is asking for the win conditions?
The points win conditions.
Yes. If not, I can count it really quickly. I just haven't been counting because it's...
Should I at referee, as one does?
I think the referee is Yo. So
what?
We need to... Yo.
Oh, okay.
Y-I-E-L. I mean, I can... I can do that. Okay. Let me see. I think if Grass Touches gets a tie, it's their win. I'm pretty sure. I'm just double checking now. Oh, there's actually a chance that they need to match the 4K. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it does look like the other team is going to win if they get a 1 escape.
Yes, a 1 escape.
Our hunter will need to 4K here, which would be a bit, which might be a bit challenging. Though I believe in them. They got this. If they want to win, then they can get that 4K.
1 escape.
Yeah, like they'll win if they get a 1 escape. Oh, there is a slight issue we are discussing. I'm not sure what that slight issue that is currently being discussed, but I think it needs to be done being discussed before, we can start.
Right now, Grass Touches should be at a points of 12 to 9.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's 12 to 9 right now, which means Rolly needs a 4K, I think.
I need a 4K.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Because even getting 1 kill, I mean 3 kills would make it so that it's tough. Yeah, they need to 4K. They need to 4K.
Yeah, that might be a bit challenging, especially on a very survivor-sided map such as Sacred Heart Hospital. It is very unfortunate that their survivors did get 4K'd, but maybe Rolly is going to be able to get that 4K. And if they don't, we will unfortunately be seeing a loss to him, but it's fine, guys, because everybody's played well so far. I'm just a bit worried because we have the same hunter, right? Playing both round 1, round 2, and round 3. Like, their mains are bound to be exhausted by now. Like, there's no way they will have enough selections to not get target banned and counter picked. Like, if I'm looking at their badges, they have B badge Peddler, A badge Feaster, B badge Hellenbert, and C badge Mad Eyes. It's like, that's 4 characters. They've played Peddler. They've played Hellenbert. You can't just ban Mad Eyes, and you can't ban Feaster, and who is really going to play? I'm just
Yes.
slightly worried about that, because that's the issue with tournaments and limited hunter pool, right?
Yes.
Especially now that the survivors can be very comfortable just playing for a 1 escape. You can practically just sell every single chair, and you're bound to eventually get a 1 escape. It's very
Yes.
interesting when you play for only 1 escapes in tournament, but
You could just
it's not super difficult. Yeah.
you could just sell, you could just split the gates no matter anything. Like, you don't, when you're playing for 3 escapes, sometimes you have a lot of survivors on one end of one of the gates, but when you're playing for like a tie or like maybe 4K, I mean 1 escape, you just split gates, and the hunter has to choose your gate or the other person's gate, and they have like 18 seconds to do that, because it takes 18 seconds to open the gate, so it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, you can't be multiple places as one, so this might be very challenging for our hunter here.
I'm thinking something with a lot of mobility and teleportation, perhaps something like
Ivy?
Wu Chang, maybe?
Maybe Ivy?
Ivy.
Nightmare.
Ivy's a very hard character to play, so if Rolly has not learned Ivy,
I know. Maybe he's crazy locked in on Ivy though. Maybe this is an old account and it's actually S1 Ivy. Oh no, I shouldn't be saying that. I think S1 Ivy is actually in con. We're not really a big fan of that. But maybe Rolly is secretly the best Ivy on NAU. Who knows? Maybe he's built it up, trained it in secret, never played in a rank, You never know. But as you were saying, we just need characters with strong mobility.
Yes. I wonder what the survivors would be preparing. I'm really expecting like safe characters. Again, Coordinator's still up for the table. Coordinator very good for Tai. She has balanced kiting. She has a long chair time. And her decoding isn't too bad. So Coordinator's still on the table. Something maybe tanky like a psychologist, guaranteeing 3 hits, very secure, right? And she can heal across the map, so another very stable character. And maybe they could just pick some strong kiters, something like a patient, maybe a fire investigator, anything that's really strong at kiting, because they only need a 1 escape. So if the person just doesn't get it down at all, then conditions should be met,
Yeah. I mean, if you're only playing for a 1 escape, you can really just, yeah. Why am I trying to say?
It's kind of wild because earlier in this bracket, it looked like the advantage was given to Lavender. They started off with the round win, right?
Yeah.
But 1 4K from the other side is what turned the tables, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Completely. That's just 4K. Like, getting a 4-man escape or a 4K is just, it gives you such a huge advantage in tournaments. It's 5 entire points to your team and 0 to the other. Whereas getting something like a 3K, which is just 1 kill less, mind you, it gives 3 points to your team and then 1 point to the other. So only 2-point difference really compared to the 5.
Yeah, so you really need to be careful to not get 4 escaped or 4 kills when you're playing in tournament.
Yes.
It's very, very important.
Just a prime example of how important 4K is right now, because 1 4K and now the other team needs to 4K as well. Like, it's kind of very, very high pressure.
For sure. I wish we would start soon because I have a thought in my mind that if we finish this as soon as possible, I can go off and play rank. But it does not look like we are starting anytime soon.
Is rank this serious? You're rank addict?
You can't.
You do have quite a lot of matches on rank.
Hey, let us not talk about my amount of matches.
Amen.
That is not why we're here. But yeah, no, I think I might be. I think I might be pushing like 1,300 games.
Wow.
Something.
Oh wow. I think you have more than twice my matches.
Let me check real quick. Yeah, I am at 1,220 matches.
Okay.
Right. So let's not. I would truly love to, go back to rank. Why are we? Oh wow, that's a lot of matches. Yeah, I know people. That is a lot of matches. I should get off the game. I know. I should get a job or something.
Oh, we should be starting soon. It's alright. I mean, there was like, what was the previous top one player, Nocturne? He had a lot of matches, and he is, he's got like a life, so it's completely doable.
Yeah, I know Nocturne. He's like super sweet, and I was talking to him about how he got so many matches, and he didn't really explain it, but he does sound like a really nice guy, and he does have a life. And this season he's been grinding too, but under another name. So I think he was on another account as well. So we don't really know about it, but he definitely does play a lot. But at the same time, he does balance his student life, I think. So that's very impressive. I mean, at least we're not like a certain Precious Rock with 1,600 games and no game sense, and just living with our parents at 34. I'm not targeting anyone, but let me.
I mean, you could. I think Nocturne was just particularly locked in for last season, so got a lot of stars. I mean, when you're so high up, right? I mean, I'd be grinding a lot of rank 2 if I was like number 1. And I was like, let's see how far I can go, But originally for this season, I was gonna try to grind, but I've been less motivated now. Season's kind of poopy.
Nocturne has been back on Survivor recently, and I do think he is planning on picking it back up next season. He was on that Bonbon grind on another account.
Bonbon.
Yeah, no, he's been clearing it as Hunter, but don't tell anyone I said that.
You're saying it.
I'm not gonna name any names, but he's been particularly locked in. We do have a Seer Lanternist ban here from our Hunter. A 4K on Sacred Heart Hospital. That is a lot of pressure, especially now that they're banning his Badass and his Feaster. Who is he going to play?
This is so mean.
Looking at it. This is so mean. I feel for this guy.
Embalmer. Oh no.
Oh no, Embalmer pick. Yeah, no, we're just seeing that from this Survivor team. I forgot names, but yeah, no. That mercenary ban. I think this guy is at a bit of a loss for what he's gonna do. But we're looking at mercenary, we're looking at first officer, we're looking at barmaid. But who do we want to ban? It is the first officer. Get Jose out of here. And we're picking out all the list, but like definitely Embalmer. Really, you will be getting a one escape with Embalmer, unless you're severely locked out. If you play it right, that's a guaranteed one escape right there.
Yes.
So
I think with Embalmer, especially, you need to play some sort of risky kind of control character, something like a hermit, maybe I'm thinking, or a clerk. Because Embalmer becomes redundant when Mind's Eye. Oh my god,
Cypher Rush is gonna be insane.
Embalmer kind of becomes redundant if they don't manage to pop the ciphers at all, right? That's kind of your aim right now here. I think you need to 4K before ciphers pop at all.
Yeah. So you need something that can prevent the ciphers from being decoded. Like, if nobody knew that Rolly played Mad Eyes, this would have definitely been a lot more favorable for him, as that is a very strong hunter on Sacred Heart Hospital with a lot of cipher pressure. But unfortunately, he's banned. So I think our hunter might need to think a bit outside of the box for any other control hunters that they do play. We are selecting our builds at the moment. Embalmer on a build called Death beautiful build.
What could that possibly be?
Maybe a full Kai of some sort. Just no borrow time. Oh, I'm meeting my grave. But I'm not sure. Might also be a death to the hunter because he'll be kited for 5 years, or a death to the
Oh,
team
wow.
because I am intentionally throwing this with no final talents, a flower build, but on survivor. Let's go. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I mean,
it could be a lot of stuff.
with this team, I'm honestly expecting them to go like snooze and audience effect maybe on their build, just because you audience effect for that little cypher rush, and they can also sell right with audience effect.
I love selling.
Or you could just
Oh, we're taking.
oh my god!
No. What started on sacred? Rolly, are you insane? No way he's doing that. He's not doing that.
I think it's a wax.
We're doing that.
Sacred.
Oh, that's cancerous. That's actually cancerous. Oh no, I feel for this guy. I really do. I mean, Wax Artist is one of the simpler hunter to play. That's why I play him. I don't have the brain cells for anyone else.
Okay.
But it's sacred. That's very difficult to actually land your wax properly, because they can constantly just kick that line of sight. Raleigh Wax Artist here. I know. Why is he doing that? Oh yeah, those walls. So especially Godkai, exactly, with Embalmer actually spawning in Godkai here, and the mindset will just be able to completely cypher rush him. In terms of builds, we have Flyville Borrow Time on Novelist, Full Kite on Embalmer, Borrow Time Tide Turner on Knight, and Full Kite on Mindset. I mean, double Full Kite, but at the same time, like, even that would just get you a win, not a guaranteed 4k. I think when all ciphers are done, it's basically a guaranteed 1 escape.
Yes.
So we need to really lock in here. I mean, Bax Artists does have some sort of cipher control.
It's kind of difficult on Sacred Heart.
Sacred,
There and obstacles, and also Wax Artist is a very easy hunter to sell against. So that's what I'm concerned about. Because you could just deny his full presence, and then he has kind of no like mobility, right? No momentum for the game.
Yeah, because the survivors aren't playing for a tie. They're not playing for a win. They're playing for a 1 escape.
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be so horrible to witness.
Who do you think he's gonna chase here? I think it might be Richard, because Wax is a little funny into Richard.
I mean, what's the? I don't think any sane Wax Artist, though I don't think any Wax Artist is sane, would be chasing Godkai, especially even when it's an Embalmer. Because Embalmer is like, you can rescue first, just sell second, force him to coffin, force out a tray. That's going to stall enough time. You will not be getting a 1k with that. I mean, you will not be getting a 4k with that. So it does look like we are headed for that Richard. Though he's the only character with a decoding debuff at the moment. His rotation, though, is a bit in the open here.
Oh,
we're hiding.
Then.
That's a skill prediction followed by a stalemate prediction. We are swinging at the air. And that is not going to allow him to get into hospital without taking wax.
Around the big walls here. 96 Wax is already looking really good, and this Wax has also insolence.
Yeah, a little bit influence the tension build on Wax Artist.
Can Richard pull? Oh no. No second prediction from Richard here.
Though we do get the Wax here, but that's only on 36. Beautiful cane from our mine side here, just as the Wax was going to vault as well, slowing that interaction down by quite some time. That is the first presence kicking in. If we get some more Wax, that's going to be a down here, I think, unless we helmet. Okay, just swinging here, and that is the down on the Richard.
I mean, Richard got...
Yeah?
He's got no correct predictions, and he's shared on Embalmer's Cypher. This is actually looking kind of rough. He still has trait. He's also insolence. What they should do is opt for maybe 1 rescue, then sell, or just sell completely, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have any util, he doesn't have flywheel, he really does not have anything, so I would just sell this knight. Maybe not sell, but rescue first, sell second, but they don't have a tide as well. The only situation I do rescue first, sell second is if there's a tide turner that you're rescuing first with. Because this guy has no guaranteed rebound here, but it does look like they are opting to go for this rescue here.
Could he get it under half? Oh, just barely. Oh, misses the hit. Accidentally hits the Embalmer there. Richard could maybe rebound just a little bit. I'm not opting for the long walls again, going for these short walls areas. I'm
And
not
that is
particularly sure
just
why
going to
he
be
is
down again, and
aiming.
that's my presence as well.
He's not aiming for Godkai at all, which makes me a little confused since it's got a lot of long walls. Kind of has been dodging and avoiding these long walls the entire time. When you want to kite wax others, you want to just really hug and take advantage of these really long and high walls.
For
So,
sure. I do think
unfortunate.
I'm. Oh, looks like we're aiming for a warp here, though Embalmer is feeding Tinnitus. We will lock off that Cypher once. Actually, not missing. Really good shot from our Wax. I mean, it's not like anybody is on that Cypher, but I must give some credit where credit is due. If they warp on too early here, that Embalmer is going to be able to go for that rescue. We are going back, though. We just wanted to bait that Embalmer out of hiding here, and we do spot him out. He does have his coffin established in Godkai, preventing him from losing this window here with that Wax Bomb, but at the same time, right? Ciphers
Yeah.
are on 70 and 60%. 60, 70, 6, 7. But for the survivors here, he's just leaving that God Kite Cipher, which is on 70%, allowing that novelist, not the novelist, the Mindsight, I don't know, Mindsight is just starting a new cipher, but one of them who is not decoding would be allowed to go over and start it. I mean, not start it, but continue it. But Mindsight is just starting Hospital Cipher here, and the novelist will be forced to go rescue against this max presence. Wax Artist does have a flywheel and a book to work with, so he's
Well,
probably going to be able to pull it off, but I'm
he's
very
not.
curious if he will.
He's not forced to rescue.
But for the survivors here, he's just leaving that God Kite Cipher, which is on 70%, allowing that novelist, not the novelist, the Mindsight, I don't know, Mindsight is just starting a new cipher, but one of them who is not decoding would be allowed to go over and start it. I mean, not start it, but continue it. But Mindsight is just starting Hospital Cipher here, and the novelist will be forced to go rescue against this max presence. Wax Artist does have a flywheel and a book to work with, so he's probably going to be able to pull it off, but I'm very curious if he will.
He's not forced to rescue. If it's hot wax, I think the Embalmer should
Oh, we have
just.
an Embalmer.
Oh.
I forgot. But let's just ignore the fact that Embalmer can actually embalm. Okay, I forgot that was the thing. Moving on from my forgetting of that fact. It just like we're trying to swing at Embalmer when he has a bubble. That does unfortunately not work. Their ciphers are slowly but surely catching up here. We will be going for that mind-size cipher. Actually swapping the hunter closer to the cipher, but still not
I
committing
think
to
they're
the
gonna pop in time.
cipher. That is just going to be a pop on that cipher here.
Tree
I
isn't.
see no way. I cannot imagine this being a 4-kill elimination
Wow.
unless that happens. I mean, if this happens, we can just warp on over to that gate. If they're both on the gate, that's going to be GG's. But the thing is, Novelist has positioned himself to go in for this rescue if we do see a warp onto the gate, which we will be seeing with the Embalmer pulling off the gate and the Novelist moving in for the rescue now.
Yes, all they need to really do here is have one person kind of stay in the middle, and the other person just pressure the gate, because Wax very slow mobility, he kind of can't really traverse back and forth, and that's his last kind of trait for endgame expended. His warp is going to be about to fade, and he has to go back.
Yeah, and that just allows the Embalmer to pressure that gate, and that is going to be a guaranteed one escape. There's nothing really that Wax Artist can do in this situation unless he magically summons another warp. Which, you know, he cannot do that. So this is either a tie or a tree kill, which is going to be a win for Grass Touchers, right?
Yes.
Even though Lavender did have that momentum of that first round win, their survivors getting 4 killed was very unfortunate.
Yes.
The Novelist might be able to get out here as well. I'm not sure.
Look how slow What is his? Like,
I know.
this Novelist has looped around the building like 3 times.
I know Wax Artist on yellow ping is actually hellish because he's already slow by default, and then when you have bad ping to boot, it's just... Yeah, you're walking at the same speed as a survivor, but you can't do anything.
Yes.
He is probably going to go for the dungeon here. Look how many times he's able to loop hospital.
Oh, wow.
This is very unfortunate for our Wax here, but now we do have that line of sight.
Nice flywall from the novice here. Is he able to make? Oh, he's just running. He's just going for it. Oh, does he not realize it's there? Uh-oh.
No, he
Book.
does realize. I think he just wanted to
runs
walk into the dungeon there, and that is going to be the tie!
No.
That's horrible. I mean, it's not like it really mattered anyway. It was already a loss from that moment they managed to secure that one escape. But
it is a group stage. You do want to achieve as many points you can for the team, so a tie does favor Grass Touch's advantage more for the group stage.
That's true.
just by 1 point, but I mean, maybe that point matters.
I love me some points.
Mm. Well played from both parties there. Had some very fun picks, I think, today. Hell Amber, Axe Boy, a lot of non-conventional picks. So is well played from both teams. Congratulations to Grass Touches for winning, the matchup today.
Yes, for sure. I mean, congrats to them. I think that Percy gameplay round one
Yes.
was definitely what made them, at a disadvantage. But the sheriff managed to have a complete redemption arc, with that QS game on Hospital, completely turning the tides for his team, actually allowing them to take this win. Had they not gotten 4K'd, had they gotten 3K'd instead, this would
Yeah.
have been a round tie. I mean, it wouldn't, but I think if the novelist had not gotten the engine at the end, that would have been a round tie,
Yes.
and we would have been all happy and healthy. Just kidding, but I think it's really good that they managed to get that 4K. That's definitely what clutched it up for them.
Yes, absolutely. 4K is just so detrimental when it comes to points, especially if your other opponent is not able to 4K at all.
Yeah, exactly. I think this is our first 4K of this, right? Or was there a double 4K in round 2? But then it doesn't really matter because there's going to be no points gain because it's gonna be 5-5 anyway.
It's just a tie.
But I think that was the double tie actually, right?
Yeah, I think it was double tie.
So this was actually the first 4K executed by Sheriff. A really good job from the round 2 or round 3 first half.
Mhm.
Really well played. I think getting a 4K on Hospital is exceptional as well, especially in a tournament setting. I mean, as you said, QS is fine on Hospital, but still.
Yes, I mean, still impressive regardless. I mean, you have to always consider that this is a survivor-sided game. So getting a 4K, especially when there is a 4-man VC, still impressive regardless, right?
Yeah, for sure. Oh my god. Oh, unfortunately, rank has closed by the time that we did finish doing this, so
Bye.
no rank spamming for me. Oh, that's so unfortunate. How am I gonna live? I need to traumatize rank randoms daily, or I cry. Also, hi Mabel. You played really well, right? That's the Mabel from the Axboy game, right? In the chat, the one
Yes.
that's my friend. Yes.
Yes.
Hello. You played perfectly. I'm not sure when we're going to be ending stream. Let me check our chat here. Oh, I think that is now. Okay, bye guys. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Has ended?
I don't know.